after a lot of time and wise counsel, I've decided that it would be in my best interest to stop putting up new videos and leaving comments on YouTube. Sometime at the beginning of the spring, this past spring, something happened to me. I can't really explain it. It's almost like a conversion of sorts. It's one of those things where you experience something you can't really fully explain, but you know it's changed you. I've become far more skeptical of machines over the last 6 or 7 months than I have been in my entire life. I have said recently that I think that there's a happy medium somewhere between where we are now and where the Amish are. I think that the Amish take it to one extreme, and I think that we here living in this day and age of technology and innovation and everything all around us, the bright lights and everything, I think that it's somewhere in between those two we can find a place of happiness and moderation. And it's not that these things are evil in and of themselves, it's that the way that they are used, or the way that they can impact the family unit or even the individual, could be so negative that it would be advantageous to take it out, if not entirely, to extremely limit its use. I mean, regulate the snot out of it. But what got me was the television with my children, because here are my children sitting in front of a TV watching all these colorful, bright images with crazy voices and everything, doing the most wild and dastardly things, and yet they weren't building upon their imagination. They weren't in any way being creative on their own. In fact, they were almost like in a coma-like state, and just sitting there droned out, zoned out. Sometimes you talk to them, and they wouldn't even pay attention. And I thought in my head, I said, how much more productive would it be for me to give my children a stick than to have them sit in front of a television? And there's a point to be made here. I actually did this. My son took a stick and spent probably an hour of the day playing with a stick, doing all these different things. And I had these memories, or flashbacks, whatever you want to call them, and it was of me playing with sticks, making it's guns, or I'm playing cowboy and Indian, or cops and robbers, or I'm an army guy, or I'm just digging a hole and I'm an archaeologist. Whatever I may have been, it was all with a stick. And my daughter, she just showed how beautiful children are with imagination and being so creative. She has this purple plastic shoe. It's like a princess shoe, is what she calls it. And she took one of my golf balls, and she put the plastic shoe in her hand and hit the golf ball. And no joke, she would chase the golf ball, go back, and then do it again, do it again, and do it again. And she did this for the longest time. And then she wanted me to do it. So I went ahead and I did, and it was rather fun. But the whole point is that when you get these kids outdoors, and when you get them away from that bright, blinking trap called the television, when you do that, they're far more energetic. They're creative. They're innovative. They've got all these brilliant ideas. They're cute, and they exert a lot of energy, which that's great, because now they're beginning to function according to the liturgy of life, where they're waking up early and going to bed early. That's great. Before, when they would just sit in front of a TV, it was hard to get them to go to bed at a decent time, because their body simply hadn't exerted the kind of energy that a kid needs to exert in order to be tired. Another big one is the issue of friends. On YouTube, MySpace, Facebook, whatever it may be, there's all these different forms. You have individuals who are always asking to be friends, on YouTube, it's been, it seems to be the pattern that when someone subscribes to me, the first thing they do is ask to be my friend. What's interesting is that they don't know me. And this isn't anything against them. It has to do with what the cyber world has done to the notion of friendship. I would think that I have certain friendships on the internet with various people who may have been reading my site for a year, or watching my YouTube for a year, or reading my stuff for 3 years, 4 years. No. So, but these people, they interact with me. You have these comments, and I may watch their videos, and they may do video responses to me, and they may comment on mine. But the thing is everything I know about them is very limited, and it's as if it's just simply what they want to present in that little soundbite worth of time to the world. That is what we know of them, and that's what we befriend. It's not so much them in a holistic sense. It's them in a soundbite sense. And I told my real friend, Scott Farley, we were sitting in my garage here, talking face to face, and I was broke down. And I was on the verge of crying. I went through some pretty difficult things and thinking about different matters. And I told him, I said, this isn't something that can happen online. This is, as my friend Craig French, you guys know him as Anti-Pelagian. I know him as Craig French. My friend, face-to-face, Craig French. He used a phrase, words with flesh. And that's what it is. That's what real friendship is. But our whole concept of friendship has radically changed. Our concept of nearness to people has radically changed. What was it? Johnny B. Bless his heart. Johnny B. Been a nice guy. But he mentioned something, I'm pretty sure it was him, that it doesn't matter if Juan Doe makes it or John Doe makes it. And he made the comment, and it was quite reasonable, that in this day and age, he may be far closer to Juan Doe than John Doe. But see, the problem here is that Juan Doe, because of the proximity, the distance that he is, will remain Juan Doe. John Doe is only John Doe because the way we've changed how we relate to one another. The familiarity we have with the people in our immediate surroundings. It's no longer John Doe. It'd be Steve, my neighbor. I want to build something. I want to fix stuff up. I want to work on my yard. There's different things. I want to plant a garden. I want a family farm. I want to do different things where I'm literally working with my hands. That there would be that there would be sweat on my brow and there would be dirt underneath my fingernails. That's what I want. I want to wake up early. I want to be able to see the sunset. I want to see the dew, and I want to be working in such a way that I can gradually see it disappear. And then I want, at the end of the day, I want to be able to come home tired from a hard day's work, mental exhaustion, physical exhaustion, to come home and to truly appreciate time of leisure, real leisure, playing music with my family, actually playing it, listening to the prayers of my children, listening to what they could tell me that they've learned throughout the day, reading poetry to each other. And I think if we were to do that, I think then we may begin to finally understand what it means to be happy.